diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See slime break night, this break night. My wrist watch is like a brake light. And you can get it right on your gravesite. So tell me something I don't know. $50 pizza when I'm eating in Soho. I heard that you in love with the stuff in your in the
Welcome back, everyone, to U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It's been a tight game throughout, and it remains that way as we pick up the action in the fourth quarter. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Cook following the penalty. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working out of the gun. Cousins. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. To throw is Rodgers. Flushed out right. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And left side here, it's Graham. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. The give is to Jones. Oh, now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. He'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And Crosby puts it through, and with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Here's Cousins. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Kyler Fackrell coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Here we go. Where's your hard?
Cousins to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. First down, here's the run with Cook, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
All right, now here we go.
On second down, Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And a costly one there, as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
319.
To throw is Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And we've got free football, 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. The first throw in overtime now for Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. A Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, you got three down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Decision time now on 4th and about a 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my #1 play with my #1 runner over my #1 blocker. Get me the 1st down. But some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. Tackle made by Everson Griffin. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. What can Rodgers do now with his drive? Rush coming, and he's taken down. Everson Griffin. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
He's going to air one out. And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, got back on their heels.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And there'll be some happy cheeseheads tonight as the Packers have won the game. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Packers, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll be at home for one next week against the Oakland Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.